starting this Flosstube a bit differently. I've just dropped Anna off at her last day of holiday club. School starts again on Tuesday, which is great. Got my coffee. I was gonna get stuff ready for Flosstube last night, and I realised I had no finishes to show. And I was on a good streak there for a while. And I went back and it's been 10 videos in a row that I've had something to finish to show. So that can't happen. So last night I looked at what was the most close to being finished. It was my cinnamon stars. And I worked on it a little bit, worked till midnight, but I had to go to bed. So today is Friday, and I need to finish it before I film, or at least I need to put it in before I post it. So come with me to see how my day goes. I'm trying to get a finish in before I do a Flosstube. Oh, okay, so I've just got back in the house. So this is my cinnamon stars by Plum Street. Yeah, Plum Street samplers. Don't look at the pattern. I've omitted the bottom part with the sunflowers and the pumpkins and the fence and the scarecrow and whatnot. So I'm just doing the stars and the house. So I've done the stars, I've done the house, I've done all the stars coming out the chimney, and I've just got these two big stars left to do here. Look, 3 more bits of fill in. Don't focus on my finger. And 2 big stars. So yeah, let's do it before we film Flosstube, because apparently that's what motivates me. So let's go. Okay, so I've done nearly an hour listening to No Such Thing as a Fish podcast, which is always fun. So I managed to fill in these 3 and start this one and this one. I did this because there's like 1 stitch of black in there. So just to find where I was. So I've just got to fill this in. I literally threaded up before the podcast ended. And then there's 6 more of these fans to do around here, and we'll be done. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea. My name's Helen. I'm the Diddy Stitcher. My pronouns are she, her. It is Friday, the 29th of August today. How are you? When you gotta do something, you gotta do something, right? So yeah, the ADHD hit. It decided that I needed a finish to carry on the streak. I didn't have anything small. Like, it's not been all big finishes. My little skinny minis and that. But yeah, decided last night I couldn't possibly film a Flosstube without having a finish, and I must absolutely film a Flosstube today. Ergo, we stayed up late and did some morning stitching this morning to give you a finish. I do it for you guys. I do it for you. So, you ready? Ta-da! This is my finish of Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. It is 1/1 on 28 count. Hold on. Got my notion. 32 count. I stand corrected. 1/1 on 32 count Flosstube linen. Emitting the garden, as it were, because I just like the stars. I would just do a whole thing of stars, really. I wasn't even that fussed about that house, and that house was huge. So yeah, this was my closest thing to a finish. So I did 698 stitches on this last night and this morning. And it's done. I started it when? June 25th, 2023. How has this taken me 2 years to do? That's ridiculous. It's tiny. It fits in a 4x6 frame like this. I think it would be, I would need a bigger frame. Excuse me. And it was up at 5:30 this morning. So I've got this frame for it. So it's like wood, but then it's got like this linen, and it's like a good match for the linen. I think it's gonna look really cute. So I'll have an FFO at least next video to show you. But yeah, I did it in the called for colours, but the pattern is old. I don't know where I put the pattern now. It's over 10 years old at least. So dye lots have definitely changed, and doing 1/1 you don't get as much variegation, but I'm happy with it. I think if I had like thought about it a little bit more, like this star for example, I might do a little bit, but I like the subtlety. Like you can see it in real life that it's different colours. But yay! Happy to have a finish. I think I originally, I was going to do it over 2. And that's why this cut is so big. And then I decided to do it Diddy. Because I am the Diddy Stitcher. So yeah, that'll fold up nicely. Like that. Ooh. I did T for Tribe, which is my married name. And I think it's really sweet. And I have been thinking about this one for a while. Just like, oh, the next time I get that out, it will be a finish. So I didn't bend my rules. There are no rules too much. But yes, happy to have a finish for you. No starts. which is good. After last week's philosophical debate, I'm okay with that. So whips, there have been a few whips. It's been 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been 2 days. But I have had some stitching, apart from last minute panic stitching. So I did my 2 rounds on Anatolian Odalisque by Avlia Folk Embroidery. This is for a round robin that I'm in. I'm getting a head start because I'm doing all of the borders for everybody. So I got an extra 2, I can't remember where it was. Maybe I got a before photo. But I took it off the Q-snap so you can see how big it is. It's not too big. It's going to be a little table runner, but for my windowsill. It won't be as long here as well. I had cut this to give myself like a 5-inch border. Because I'll be doing like a rolled or a drawn hem or something to finish it, because it'll just be a table runner. But I think I started with a 3-inch, which is still fine. But it just means that I'll cut off the top bit and a bit of this side bit. So actually it's not even that big. There is a stain. I got it caught in the Lowry screw thing. I think it'll come out, or it'll be covered. It's fine. This is on 28 count Lucan. It's a real favorite of mine. It's sturdy but soft. And it's an even weave, but it's half linen, half cotton. So it feels like linen. Oh, it's 32 count. I don't think everything is 28 count today. So yeah, I stitched 2/2. So it's quite thick, but it's good for this purpose. On the back, I'm trying to keep it as neat as possible because it is going to be kind of exposed, even though I don't really care. So yeah, that's a third of the way through. So I've got 12 of these lines of diamonds, or whatever you want to call them, to do. So that's 4 done. So I will finish all of that, and then my 4 partners, because it's a pentagonal round robin, will fill in all of those flowers for me, but they just have to do like 3 each. So I don't think it's that much. They can tell me where to shove it if it is. But yeah, third of the way through. It's fine. I just chip away at it. It's easy. It's a repetitive pattern. I just kind of go around the outside, and then you come in the inside. You have a few more stitches to do, but it's very easy. So I do 2 diamonds a week, and that'll get me to the end of the year when we're sending off. So that's ready to go. And yeah, it doesn't take me long. A couple of hours to do that, and I stick it on my Notion as part of the Sal tracker thing. So I have a point every Friday to do 2 diamonds on this, so that keeps me on track. That's very, very nice to do. Just chipping away. You'll keep seeing that every video, I'm sure. Next whip, I took something out of kind of what has become normal rotation. So when I was speaking last week, I kind of got ahead of myself with all of these starts, like Anatolian needs to be seen every week. Data Portraits in Paris needs to be seen every week now to get that finished before the Sal of Part 2 starting in February. Let me go back to my... Data Portraits in Paris, Pentagonal Round Robin. Once a month I do Halfway to Halloween Sal. That's my hexes and my aunties sampler gets worked on once a month. So kind of between all that and life being busy, I don't kind of have a lot of time to do much else besides kind of what's in that Sal tracker, which is part of the reason why I was kind of getting a bit meh about it last week. So I decided just to do something about that and pick another whip up. I did go back to my board. I am going to try and film something about my setup there. I think I did it a while ago, but for some people that want a refresher, and I've kind of got some tweaks that I want to do to it anyway, so it probably needs a refresher. But yeah, I went to my board and like picked the thing that was next on the board, which was my chatelaine, my little chatelaine, Christmas tree mandala, and I forget which way is up now, but I did this Christmas tree, finished that, and started this border around here. So my increment on this is to do a quarter every time I get it out. So I've not quite hit the quarter, so you'll see this again next time, I'm sure. So here's what it looked like last time. It was just these two bits, whichever way up the camera was. So yeah, it's just repeating. This is on, I don't know what count fabric this is on. Let's have a look. This is on a 32 count. Smoky Pearl by Zweigart. And it's in the called for threads. But I switched out some of the beads. So I put green beads on the outside. You can't see it really. Green beads on the outside and red beads on the hedge, I guess. Just because I had some red and green beads. And I also added these mother of pearl stars that I had in stash, because I think it's just charted for just a bead, and I was like, no, my Christmas trees have to have a star, because that's what we have in our house. So that's my little personalizations on that one. So yeah, it's good. It's easy. It's just DMC, a couple of petite treasure braids, and then the beading, which is fine. I'm quite proficient at beading now. I had left a long trail of 310 for this like backstitch trellis bit when I'd finished the last quarter, and it was kind of getting in my way, so I just thought, oh, let me just do that. I was worried about the counting, but actually the counting wasn't too bad, but I am kind of worried now having to go in with that gold Petite Treasure braid as cross stitches, like right up against back stitching. I'll see. I'm not too bothered about it. It's a chatelaine, but it's not like heirloom chatelaine. I don't even know what to do with this afterwards, because I was oh, I quite like it like that. If I framed it in a square frame but got them to put the ooh. I don't know what colour frame I would do. Maybe gold? Bring out a bit more of that gold. I think I will, even though it's not heirloom, I will take it to the framers, because the framers around the corner that I found when I did Serbian Proverb. They were really lovely and had an eye for the colour, but I think it would be quite cool if they could put the hook kind of on the corner, just to make it a bit interesting, because I think maybe it's just me stitching it, because you just have to stitch the same thing 4 times, but I'm kind of sick of it. But if it was like that, maybe. Oh, thank you for that. See, I don't get a lot of viewers here. Thank you to those that do. I don't really care about the number, but this is why I like doing Flosstube, because I just get to talk about stuff out loud, and then it helps me with stuff. I could just do this and then not post it. I do like posting it. But yeah, if you want to do a Flosstube, you should do a Flosstube, and you should do it just for you. You shouldn't do it with, numbers in mind of subscribers, or because I'm over 1,000 subscribers, I never get 1,000 views. This is why I do Flosstube, just to talk to myself. Okay, next, data portraits in Paris. We're back on the Lucan. I'm having a Lucan moment. I don't know, 32 count Lucan. It's just a 32 count even weave is a good size for Mill Hill Petites without squidging. So yeah, this is Data Portraits in Paris by Shaded Stitchery. I'm converting it to beads entirely, and I've been doing this on Twitch, which has been really fun, actually. Again, don't get a lot of viewers, and I'm still really I'm working out the techie bits, but it is fun when like friends pop in and I can just talk to them like in real time. I mean, I would just sit on the Zoom thing all day if I could, and just like, body double with people. But Twitch is nice too, because you get to see, I've got the overhead camera of me stitching. So I've been doing my increments on Twitch. So I have to do 140 beads a week on this to be ready for February, which is okay. It's still a lot, and I'm more like, because I'm gonna do the pot de in beads as well. I'm worried about increments, the fly, because I think those are weekly drops as well. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It'll be fine. So yeah, I did 298 beads since you last saw it. This was the before. There are some gaps because I didn't have any black beads between. I didn't order for some beads that I needed for this, and I'd ordered the black beads, but they were out of stock, but they didn't tell me. They just sent the package and then said out of stock. So I was like, is it on back order then, or are you going to give me my money back? And they were like, oh, we'll put it on back order. So I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting for black beads. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go to the place that I normally go to, Lakeside Needlecrafts. They're out of stock. So I was just like, oh, I'll just carry on. But it is kind of getting harder to go without having black beads. And I think I was on Michelle's Twitch. Was it Michelle's? Like, I had raided Michelle's. I raided on Twitch. So cool. And I had said, oh, I need the black beads. And Megan was like, oh, if you can find a Canadian source, I'll bring them over. And it just kind of gave me the kick to look at another UK shop out of the regular 3 that I look at. And I found like 4 packs, so I bought them. So I've got the black beads now. So next time I'll be filling in where the black beads are meant to go. But yeah, it's really fun to do something a little bit different like this. I love touching it. I really like looking at the back because there you can't see the thread. Look, there's nothing there. Invisible. I use YLI invisible thread. And it is good for the beading. Compared to like Nymo, that's a bit thicker. It gives it a nicer finish, but also it's really tricky to like thread the needle and then keep the thread in the needle and not just be sewing and you've lost your tail and you don't really realise because you can't see it anyway. It's fine. So yeah, that's at, I haven't given percentages. It's at 15.6% is that one. My next whip, maybe I could have fudged this as a finish, but it's really not. This is Nautilus from the Stitcher Hood. I lost thread chicken. This is, it's a 36 count, I believe, linen that I ice dyed myself with Cottage Garden Threads terracotta that was from the Autumn Garden collaboration. So I'd already used some of the skein. So I was worried about thread chicken. My hair's in my way. And there's not a lot left because it obviously gets smaller, and you know, I've done the majority of it. But Amy of Pearls and Ponderings is going to come to my rescue. I think she's going to bring her skein to the retreat in October. So I can finish it because she has my skein was one of the old package types, and her skein is on the old package types too, so I think it'll hopefully be approximately the same dye lot, so I won't have too much of an issue. But I really like it. It's just one of those ones that's really easy and a bit different. And yeah, Megan needs the pattern after me, so that's why I've got to finish it for the October retreat. I'm gonna frame it in this hoop. Maybe I'll try. I've still got the rest of the fabric, so I can try and recenter it. I hoped it would be more swoopy, but it seems to be quite straight on this side. Once it's all done, maybe I'll mess with that and see what the deal is. Obviously it's not going to be, it's going to look a little off center because obviously this is we'll see what my brain likes about it. But yeah, that one's a finish for now until I get some more thread. Check what thread you need before you start your projects. And then my last whip, I feel like I've gone very fast, is Sarah Watson by Whilst Arrow Snaps, with Thurza Hudson border. So there's lots of personalizations on this one. So the base pattern is Sarah Watson by Whilst Arrow Snaps. I've changed the colours. This is for my auntie, so my auntie chose the colours out of my stash of just colours that she liked. It's fairly representable of what the original is, or what the charted is. Obviously, it's a reproduction sampler. In the model, this is where it says Sarah Watson, age 13, year, blah, 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 blah. And when my auntie was asking for a sampler, she said she wanted a border, a flowery border, and my name on it. I don't autograph my work. I don't really like it. So I was leaving this row out for a while. And then I managed to see her at my cousin's daughter's birthday party and took it to her and said, this is what I got so far. This is how it looks. And this is what it says and why it says it, because an actual Sarah Watson did this 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And she said, well, I don't know, Sarah. I know you, and you did it. So I did. I charted because she wanted Helen Tribe, her work, and then I had more. So I put Roman numerals of 2025. I'm going to check that now because I've just had that awful feeling that it's wrong. Yeah. I did check it. I didn't just like pluck it out of my brain. But you know when you're just like, I need to double check that. So yeah, it's for 1,000 plus 1,000, 2 X's for a 10 plus a 10, and then a V for a 5. So I've got to finish it this year. That is the plan. Yeah, I didn't want like 20, 25. And then I just put these hearts that are from down here to fill in the gaps. I'm like embarrassed. I don't know. But yeah, so my increment for this is like 550 stitches, but I actually ended up doing 638 because I wanted all of this done. I kind of wanted to eat my vegetables and get this out of the way. And then I had like little bits up here to finish off. So everything from here up in the main Sarah Watson pattern is now done. So I've just got this swirly border, some more motifs, and then the flower border, and I'll be done. So yeah, I'm glad it's done. I don't have to think about it anymore. Like I said, I'm not happy about it, but this is on a 40 count buckwheat from Forbidden Fibre Co. And yeah, my auntie's birthday is in January. So I'm hoping to get this done before Christmas because I'll probably see her around Christmas time at some point, and I can either give it to her and she can get it framed, or I can like show it to her and say, you know, I've got a place to go get it framed if you've got a frame in mind. We'll see. But yeah, So I think next time I'll do more border to eat my vegetables like that, you know, because that's just, it's easy. It's really not difficult at all. And now that I've got the whole vine in, I don't have to worry about counting so much, but it's just repetitive. And I don't want to leave all of that until the end. So I'll do some border, do some more of this, more border. I don't really want to know. I don't know what I want to leave till last. Maybe I will leave a little bit of border till last. Anywho, that's done. My hurdle with that has been broken. So yeah. And I hope she'll be happy with it because that's a lot of work. So yeah, that's my whips. Oh, I'm tired now. Yeah, Anna's had a bad cough since she came back from Spain. And it's like waking her up in the night, and then she comes through and then everybody's up. But this morning, at 5:30, she had a big coughing fit, and then she just decided, I don't want to go back to sleep. So we all got up. Alex went to work extra early this morning. But it's starting to catch up with me now. And it's only lunchtime. I did get some haul. Lindsay of Wolfie Stitches on Instagram and on Flosstube, though she's not done Flosstube for a while, was having a D-stash. So I got a load of 40 count from her because I love me some 40 count. Most of these have something stitched on already, but I can pick it out or, you know, just work around it. So this is something, I think she had it on, she just did a D-stash on her stories. I think she had it, what was on, but these aren't labelled, so these will just go in a big kind of mystery pack. Look at how cute that tote is. We always need some 40 count neutrals. This is a bit of a bigger one, and something started there. Not sure what. She's got lovely stitching. That's it. That's a good one. You can do a real chunky thing on there. That'll be easy to pick out. This I think is Vintage Country Mocha because it's like the printed one, which I've never actually had before, and it looks quite nice. Just a tiny start there, a little bit of leaf. Don't know what that is. This one I think is Fibre on a Whim. I think this is whatever I did Serenity on. It looks familiar. But that would have been like a 36 count. So this is the 40 count. I think Lindsay was in the same club, the Patchwork Rabbit Fibre on a Whim club. Nice little alphabet started there. Listen, oh, it's acorns. Oh, that's cute. So cute. This, not sure what it is. I think she started Raven that I model stitched for Yaz. I won't be needing that. It looks so much smaller. Like I did that on 28 count, I think, for Yaz. So seeing it on 40 count, it's a lot less intimidating. But yeah, some good fabric there. This little piece of something or nothing. It's not got anything on, but perfect for a quirky Quaker. This one, this has got a tag on it. This is 40 count Outrageous by Fortnite Fabrics. I don't think I've had a Fortnite Fabrics. This is really cute. Maybe I need to see what this is because it looks like little ghosties. But it's like, it's really cute. Maybe I need to finish that as a thing for some more Halloween decorations. This, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a nice blue. It's kind of getting washed out on the camera. Cool potion and skull. And like beautiful stitching that I will be sad to rip out if I do. And then this huge bit of not sure what, but look at that. I'm not sure what she started on it. Oh, was it 100 Owls? Looks like 100 Owls from Owl Forest. I think it is. But look at that. I don't have anything like that, so I was really happy to snap that one up. So yeah, I think I'll just, because even though some of them are labelled, like most of them have something on it, so I think I'll just have a, maybe if I can remember what that is. Because that's like big enough to put in my Notion. I'll just have a bag of mystery 40 count, mostly neutrals. I think those are the only two 40 count neutrals. My idea was like quirky Quakers, so I'm not bothered about having stitching already on there. So yeah, that was my haul. Oh, I got the beads that I mentioned. And then I was going to talk to you about my astrology book. So I'd ordered this. I don't think I showed this last time. So this is from Magic of I, and it's a 2025 diary. So I got it real cheap on sale because, you know, we're nearly at the end of 2025. But I just wanted to see how it looks. So if I want one for 2026, then I know what it's going to be. So it's working so far. I'm not very good at like opening a diary every day, but to kind of get started on knowing what and when, I think it's very good. So this is like an overview of a month. You've got all of the like the moon phases, for example, and then what planets are in what thing. I'm still learning how to read that because I don't really understand how to read it and how it influences. But it's saying like what sign the moon is in. Again, don't really know the influence of that, but what I really like is there's kind of like stabilizers, like a cheat sheet. So at the front they've got this like optimum times, and there's a whole list of like what their hint of the day is. So for example, what's today? Today is August 29th. So today is psychic days with a plus. So it means like it's extra influenced. And then shadowy deep. So psychic days. So quantum creativity, intuitive insights, right brain activation, magic and flow. Dreamy deep days, feeling beyond the senses, walking in the dream realms, connecting to the great mystery, just being. And then if it was a minus, it would be can be challenging for idealism traps, hard reality, escapism, overindulgent, and work as usual. And then shadowy deep. access to subterranean inner depths. Things can bubble to the surface. Good for digging into shadows, underworld exploration, for transformation and awareness of duality. Surrendering, dropping through to the other side. And then a minus. Can be challenging for dark thoughts, intensity of ignored, suppressed and unexpected. So there's lots of ways that you can read this. There's lots of ways that you can interpret stuff, interpreting tarot cards, etc, etc, etc. It's just there as a help. It's not dictating your life. And for me, I want to start this with my stitching, because that's where I was kind of having difficulty. So I went through all of these different prompts and kind of translating them into stitching. So when to start things, when the energy is there to start, go with it. Or when to just work on old whips. Or there's stuff like when to hang out with friends. So like looking at when I'm on Zooms or maybe Twitches. When to like have organization. So maybe I can kit up a whip or, have a clean back here. When those energies, and because I get those and I'm like wondering if it does line up. I've looked back in this because obviously it's the 2025. So it's got dates where I was like on Zoom talking to people, and then all of a sudden I got this urge to like start things, and it does kind of correlate. So yeah, I've tagged all these as like when to absolutely not start something, even though you might be thinking that's what you want to do, it's a bad idea. When to start something, maybe start something small, don't start something big. So yeah, I've like tagged all of those with my little sticky tabs. So where were we? August. I haven't got anything down for that, but I did look into September. So looking at, it's like the influence of the moon in which sign it's in, which sign the moon is in, I think, is where it comes from. So the full moon on the 7th of September, that's psychic days plus, and it's a full moon and there's a total eclipse. Maybe not where you can see it, but there will be one. So that's a time when I'm going to do like a big tarot pull. Like I'm going to do my big spread and channel that energy. But in terms of stitching, like from September 13th, when the moon goes into that sign, which I don't know what it is, Gemini. The moon goes into Gemini, then we get the diamond mind with 3 pluses as the energy, and then it keeps going as it transitions through the different prompts. So diamond mind, intellectual sass, mental clarity, hyper communication, organization skills, caffeine for curiosity and quick learning, conscious channeling with the information gods on your side. That's the plus. So you're in a good mindset to organize stuff. And the minus is can be challenging for flighty, scattered attention, miscommunication, jumping to conclusions. So don't start stuff because you'll probably miscount something. Is what I'm there. So there's a whole week of that kind of energy in September because of where the moon is. And then so you get the full moon, a week goes by, you get into that diamond mine, and then you get the new moon with a partial eclipse on the 21st. And again, that's a good time to do kitting up and organizing. So I'm kind of flagging my future month of like when's good for stuff. I was looking at October because October is when Megan's coming over. The 13th is when she lands in Glasgow and we go and see her. And on the 12th of October, the moon moves into Cancer. I need to get better at knowing the symbols. The moon goes into Cancer. That's when heart exploration prompt comes up. So heart exploration, heart spaces, deep dives, chosen family hangs. Joy bouncing, play fighting, self-expression in all its glory. Nourish the heart and feed the soul. Come home to self, laugh and cry. Share the love. So that's like, getting together with friends, on Zooms, on Twitch. Oh, it just happens to be the week that Megan's actually coming here. And we've got a whole week of that prompt, which is really good because it's a whole week that we'll be travelling around Scotland. Well, like 6 nights, 5 nights, 6 nights. With me and my husband, Megan, and my husband's best friend. So we're going to need a lot of social battery. I'm sure we'll all be dead by the end of it. We'll be drained and we will all need some quiet time because I think that's the people we are. I know it's me and my husband. I think I know it's Ashley as well, my husband's best friend. I think it's Megan as well. So we have that energy for the whole week, which is really good. So that was like kind of nice to see in these kind of prompts. If Megan wasn't coming that week, I would be like, oh, that's a good weekend to do a Zoom. Because I'll have the energy to do that. So yeah, that's the Magic of I 2025, I'm not sure what they call it, diary. But yeah, I've already sent the link to my husband for Christmas present for 2026. And even if it's not with the prompt energy, I just want to learn about the astrology bit, and I think kind of putting it in context of this helps because I went and bought at the charity shop 3 different kind of season guides, astrology stuff, and I think I need to go to an actual person and be taught about it rather than reading a book. It just seems to stick better like that for me. Where I can ask questions and clarify and stuff because ADHD. But yeah, that was my bit of a rant on about that. Sorry. But yeah, I think One, I'm just feeling in a better place. Not even spiritually, just physically. We had the roof done last week. It's finished. All the scaffolding's gone. We've still got cleanup to do, but we had the roofers for the whole week, and I have to work from home, and it's so loud and like relentless, repeating banging and stuff. The guys were lovely, like really spot on, so happy with the work, but just the going off the routine and sensory overload, I had to just disassociate. And I disassociated so much that I became overwhelmed with the disassociation. So I'm like it took me a while to crawl out of the hole. So I'm just about there at the end of this week now. So feeling a lot better about that, like literally feeling not having to panic that it's raining, because it might flood through the chimney. So yeah, that all went well. Like I said, really happy with the guys. If you're in northeast England and need a roofer recommendation, highly recommend. Yeah. So I'm kind of getting over that. I didn't really realize how much brain space and maybe bodily space as well that was taking up. So that will help with the clarity, I think, of some things. So yeah, that was haul, I guess. Plans. Anna's back to school on Tuesday. Hallelujah. I say it's been a long 6 weeks. I think just, we had a week off with her. She's been at holiday club, but it's difficult because she does like it there. She just drags her feet every morning and says, "Oh, I don't want to go," and then I get mum guilt and everything. And she was away for a week in Spain, which she absolutely loved, with my dad, which was great because it's the week that we got the roof done, or part of the week. So that helped, but like we haven't had a proper break, I guess. So at least we'll be back into a routine with school. So swimming is back on because she missed a week because of Spain and a week because of the bank holiday. So there'll be a new start for a new skinny mini to take to swimming. Not sure which one it'll be yet. But I'll have to get that up before Monday, before I forget. And no other real plans apart from my round robin and data portraits and all of that, and just kind of I want to do Sweewee, but also I've got obligation stitching and I don't always have the amount of time that it takes, but I'm gonna try. I think that's it. I'm not sure how long this is going to be, with this morning stuff as well. So I'll get this edited and up. But I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you soon. Love you. Bye.